Aloha, thank you for joining us again for another Sugar Monday. This week we're going to be talking about skin preparation. What does that mean? Well, for me it means everything's going to be a lot easier for me. It's going to be a lot easier for the client. My arms, my sugar can, everything is going to thank me for it afterwards. Now, so for example, when we get those long leg sugars, who likes doing long leg sugars? Nope, not me. But I have learned that over the years, if you do a good preparation, those long leg sugars, they are so much easier if you've done the proper prep. To remind us what proper prep is, and all the different sugar companies have backbar products. We have those for a reason. Those are to help facilitate the whole process of sugaring a lot easier. What this will help us is help reduce any inflammation that the client has. When the skin becomes really dry, or they just came in, they have dirt on their legs, bacteria, anything that could at some point cause an infection or inflammation, that is something that we get to reduce. We have that opportunity to make the whole process easier. So with that being said, when we have an easier application, not only is it easier on the client, but it's also easier on ourselves, right? We don't have to work as hard. We don't have to sugar as much. Our arms and shoulders and everything doesn't have that much extra time and effort put into it. And also with our sugar cans, we don't want to use more paste than we need, right? So with that being said, I'll show you a really quick preparation. I have a wet washcloth here. This wet washcloth is just taking off any extra dust, or let's say she was at the beach and had a little bit of sand, anything like that, just to kind of wet everything up. You don't have to have a sink in your room. You can just take a wet washcloth. For us, we're using saponified coconut oil cleanser. It's a foaming cleanser. It's super gentle on the skin. It's not going to irritate and start inflaming before we even start the sugaring process. So we're going to apply it. Soften up those follicles. One of the great things about softening up the follicles with a cleanser and with water in general is it's going to rehydrate any of the sebum in those follicles. It'll make those hairs come out a lot easier and a lot smoother. I know there's a lot of companies out there that have different extracts in there like myrrh oil that really help. We are using the saponified coconut oil just because it's a little gentler on the skin for the majority of what we've realized our clients can tolerate. Okay, so that's it. If there was any, scuffs of dead skin, some ingrown hairs, this is going to help loosen all those up a little bit. It's just a regular, terry cloth washcloth. All right, and put on a little bit of powder here. Give her a little powder here. The powder, of course, talc-free, is gonna soak up a little bit extra moisture that we may have left over if the client is sweating. Underarms as well. The cleanser is really good for underarm sugaring to help remove any of the extra deodorants. The prepping is also super important with facial sugaring. As we went over in our last week's segment, facial sugaring, we want to get off any of the makeup, extra oils. The calmer the skin is before you sugar, the easier it's going to be on the client to not have any reactions in the near future. Same with the underarms, it'll help take off any of the deodorant, makes everything a lot easier, and it smells good too. And most of our clients absolutely love the coconut smell. There are an unscented version too. Again, our scents are just essential oil or hydrosols, but again, with the sugaring preparation, it's gonna be a lot easier on yourself, on your client, and overall, it's gonna make the process so much faster. Put down the baby wipes, even for the Brazilians. I know for a lot of times, we come in, we say, hey, go ahead and use a baby wipe or two. I still recommend that highly. However, once you come in and you get ready to sugar them, the foaming cleanser is so gentle and it's so easy to clean up. Just take a little bit of the foaming cleanser, put it on a cotton round, wipe the top a little bit, and then wipe it off. And that'll make the extraction of those hairs come out so much easier. that's actually another area, like right in the creases of the Brazilians, where we get a lot of hair breakage. It may not be something that you're doing specifically wrong. It may not be something the client is specifically doing wrong. But if the skin is, dehydrated and it's super dry and you're trying to sugar, more than likely you're gonna snap those hairs. So that's another way to actually help prevent that. Make it where you can soften the sebum in each of those follicles. Super easy extractions of hair after that. Try it out. Do one leg with preparation and one leg without, and see what you think. Let us know. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully you'll visit us next week, and don't forget to sign up for our YouTube channel. Mahalo.